Hey, we just obviously heard from Hogs that the books will be back out soon, but they're still flooding in. It's a big part of the show. We've got to launch into this year's Power Moves.
Some crackers across the break. Go for it, Ando.
This is from Ben Bunt. Power move. When you play a club sport of any kind, footy, cricket, hockey, soccer, netball, etc., and your partner isn't happy that you spend all Saturday with your mates playing and then going to the pub generally afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
When you have a bye weekend, don't tell them when it is. On the bye weekend, simply say, you know what? I'm not going to play today because I'd love to spend some time with you.
It's a great not lying too. Smart.
Yeah.
Smart. Never miss an opportunity for a little bit of leverage. Ando, power move from Brian. He goes, look, I call this pulling a Departed, as in the classic DiCaprio movie.
Okay.
It's Scorsese, DiCaprio, wonderful movie. When you're in a group and a new person is introduced, when it's your turn to say hello to them, say, hello, are you still an undercover cop? If they deny they're a cop, then it makes them look even more like an undercover cop. Or if they say they are a cop, it makes them look like a bad undercover cop. They've admitted to it.
From Jordan here, power move for Olympic gold medalists to use.
Great. We don't mind how niche it is.
Yes. And he said it's also only golf related. So it's two very niche ones.
Sorry, you have to have won gold in the golf?
No, any type of gold, but you use this while playing golf.
Okay, so it's for Olympic gold medalists who then go and play golf.
Yes, socially.
Right, gotcha.
Yes. He said, for people who don't know golf, when the ball's on the green, you're allowed to pick it up and wash it, etc., or mark it so if another person behind you doesn't hit it.
Mm-hmm.
People normally use small plastic markers. Use your gold medal.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, sorry, just
so annoying.
My gold medal.
Yeah. 8-person skulls or
whatever the rowing
name
was.
a rowing event. I mean, I'd expand it to gold, silver or bronze. I mean, it's still impressive to put a bronze down.
That's true. Actually.
Oh, mate, bronze medalist. You're stoked to get a bronze.
Are you happy to get a bronze than you are to get a silver?
I read a thing that people were like, bronze medalists are far happier than silver medalists.
That would make
bronze
sense.
Like
you were
got
so
something.
close. You're so close.
Got something.
Then I was close to missing out. Yeah. Spot on.
Yep. But anyway, still all good for the golf course. Yeah. And a simple one, but a fantastic one. When somebody's doing a speech, so this comes from Jack. When someone's giving a speech at an event, these days, not like a wedding or, whatever the speech is, very normal for people to read it off their phone, to have some notes, where everyone makes notes these days. As soon as you see the phone out, get all your mates to start calling them. They will not be able to clear the screen fast enough and will thoroughly sabotage the speech. It is a great one.
Like it.
This really dates us, but remember back in the day, when we're all born 1981. So 2002 was the big 21st year.
Yeah.
Remember, it was the thing. If you're in backyard parties, as soon as someone does a speech, we were all just new to mobile phones.
Yep.
And it was just relentlessly call the person.
Call people or call anyone in the group because
just to start getting ringtones going off everywhere.
And vibrate wasn't a thing earlier.
No, you never had vibrate.
You couldn't have a vibrate phone. So Jack's just screwing his eyes, his nose over us. But so phones are going off left, right, centre. Totally in. This one comes in from Logan. Drummer power move.
Fantastic.
So I might have piqued your interest.
You've got me.
I play drums in a band, much like Hamish. When we play live, at certain points in the set, my singer gets very serious with the crowd and gives a speech about our songs and the meaning to all of them. At the end of his sentences in the speech, I add a boom tick.
Oh, great joke, front man.
Haim, we thought we better kick off the show because it's been a while since we've done this and they're still flooding in.
Let's hit this on the head.
I'll kick us off. It's from Alice. She received a power move that would have been a slow burn because she recently wrapped up an office workplace stint, and she'd been there for about 6 months, which was a long enough time to get yourself a novelty jumbo-sized farewell card.
I would think for sure. Yeah, you'd be a valued part of the office.
3 months are we doing? Probably not doing a big card for 3 months.
6 is bare minimum, I reckon.
I got given chopsticks once.
What?
I worked at a telemarketing place. Horrible job, but it was just for some Christmas money one year. I was at uni, and you're doing phone sales, and it was ridden relentlessly by the person running, the manager. Can't remember her name, but it was. I'd only been there for 5 days, and they were doing staff Christmas presents.
All right.
At the end of the day, and everyone was getting a bottle of wine or a 6-pack. It was, but got a celebration, and then someone leaned over and whispered to her, "Oh, what about that guy?" And I'm trying to signal to her, "It's fine, it's fine." Like I was planning on quitting the next week, so I was like, "Let's not. We don't need to get too tied up."
Is the one you quit just to come to Byron Bay with me, or is it a different?
No, that was a different call centre. So then Jen, I think her name was, rummaged around. Got to remember, this is back when sushi was a new novelty as a takeaway food. And so she had the chopsticks, the snap apart chopsticks, which were still very, very new to Australia at the time. And she gave me those. It's a little something. Thank you. She's like, they're cool. You can break them apart. They're like chopsticks. It was like probably the first time I'd seen them. But looking back, it was a long shot for her to pass that off as Christmas cheer. So yeah, that's what you get for 1 week.
Yeah, working
at a place is you get chopsticks.
Well, the card had been passed around, obviously in secret and often not in secret. But Alice writes, after receiving the card on my last day, I was reading through the messages left by colleagues wishing me my best on my next chapter, and I stumbled across this message. Dear Alice, I have not met you, but I feel you could have learnt a lot from me. Samantha.
That's a very good one. That's an ultimate one. And I love a move. I love it when you get given just one thing. You got to put a bit of effort in on your end, but it could pay repeated dividends. This is from Dean. He goes, look, power move best used in a social setting in a foreign country where you don't know the language, but you can hear snippets of other people's conversation, like a restaurant, a bar, etc. Whenever you're traveling to another country, learn just enough of the language to say, I heard what you said. Say it enough, and hopefully you'll catch someone out either talking about you or something they were trying to disguise.
Oh, I love that. If we ever do a volume 3 of Power Moves books, that's definitely in there.
I heard what you said. Because it is the greatest moment in any movie, isn't it? When after there's someone speaking Russian for ages in front of them, that they answer in Russian. Yeah, and it's like, oh, what a move.
We should point out actually, Ham, the Hogs has got the extra delivery of Power Moves 2 books coming. You can still pre-order at the moment at Hamish&Andy.com. So apologies for people waiting, not long away. Ham from Ainsley. Arsehole move. I'm not sure whether this is one of the, sometimes you go like, is this really the way things work in real life? But she says, and it may be more of a female thing. She said, if you're at public toilet, if you're at a crowded pub, it can work a treat. But if you're in a public toilets and someone sticks their hand under the cubicle wall, indicating they want toilet paper,
right? Okay, yep.
Give them a crisp high five.
It is rare. I mean, it's one of the greatest Seinfeld episodes. I can't spare a square. But a crisp high five, it's quite a tough bend down to get.
But also, you wouldn't put your hand under without saying something, would you?
I do think you would have a bit of.
Hey, on my hand. Like, I haven't said someone just come straight underneath and go.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing a poon here, a mime, maybe. But who's just clicking and waving their hand. Ando, this again requires effort. This requires effort, but the payoff is there. From Lena. My mother has completed a power move on my father over dinner. This power move works for anyone that cooks for others regularly. Whenever serving a steak, slice it up into bite-sized pieces, making sure it retains its general shape before serving. At first, most will be pleasantly surprised and enjoy that you've done that for them. Continue to do this over time, so they will begin to expect it from you. This is when it's time to strike. Serve them the steak uncut and watch as they stab into it and eat it as usual, but then stumble over the unexpected weight and watch as their face turns into one of confusion. A tip is to cover the steak in an opaque sauce, e.g. pepper sauce. It helps hide the lack of cuts upon the show-stopping steak. Well done, Lena. I mean, that is the longest play for the smallest result. Because the best you're going to get from Dad there is like, oh, don't you normally cut these up?
Yeah, I guess I'll use my knife.
I've been waiting months for that.
Maybe the last two haven't been as strong. Maybe they're not making the next book. Hey, let's see how this one goes. Rich. Power move. When you're stopped at an intersection and the person behind you honks their horn because they think you've taken too long to move off after the green has turned. If you can, quickly put your hazard lights on and jump out of the car and go, sorry, I'm going to need a push, right, to get it out.
Oh, jeez.
As they get out of their car, jump back in and start driving. Hey, it's been a while since we've done this, but let's jump back into some power moves. Volume 1 and 2 still available now, and Volume 2 back and available. People should have those that they pre-ordered at Hamish&Andy.com of our Power Moves books, heading out to them as we speak.
No house is complete without a Power Moves book.
Adds severe value to your house if you're trying to sell it at the moment. Yep, I wouldn't put your house on the market without one.
And also, I know housing affordability is a big issue at the moment. If you walk into a house that's perhaps open for inspection or apartment or something, and they have a Power Moves book in there, and you're like, all right, well, what are we talking here? Realistically, to the agent, they go, well, $7 to $750. What about without the book?
Yeah, exactly.
Mid-fives?
Mid-fives.
Soft fives?
Exactly. So you keep that in your sleeve as well.
Yep. And I got to check this one with you because it's a golf power move. So still being fresh to golf, I don't know if these are power moves or not. Mm-hmm. Actually, sorry, I did have something to bring up with you about golf. This is unrelated to power moves, but you know how you were saying that you could give someone a detention on the golf course if their shirt was untucked?
No, you can't give them a detention. But some people will report people.
Right.
Yeah.
And you
can get kicked out of a club. Some clubs, it's ridiculous. But yeah.
if the shirt's untucked, and that
this will blow your mind. A guy at our club, a friend of his, didn't rake the bunker, like with just the sand. Mm-hmm. After you play your shot, you got to rake it again. Didn't rake it, and they banned the guy, not his friend, because the friend was the guest. They banned the guy for a month.
For a month,
because his friend didn't rake.
Poor gardening.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of bands, so I think I was on, I was looking at Jimmy Fallon's Instagram.
Yep.
Or could have been, he was playing golf with Justin Timberlake.
Yep.
It might have been Justin Timberlake's Instagram. Yep. They were mucking, there's a whole bunch of them. And it looked like they were having a great day and they're mucking around and running around celebrating something. And a few of them had their shirt untucked. So I don't know if I needed to refer that to you.
Yeah, I'll take.
So
you
could give them a detention.
Yeah, I'll take
something
care of that for us.
Because
you'll remember when we played with Justin Timberlake.
We did.
You and I were arguing over who to rake the bunker.
Yeah,
because you said you weren't going to rake it, and I said that you're my caddy, you have to. And then he raked it and said, "Take care of the course, and the course will take care of you." Like, oh, why?
You're like bag of ants.
Yeah,
wise golf wisdom. Anyway, so this is a power move.
Okay.
So you're just about to tee off. Mm-hmm. That means hit the first shot, Jack. And there's a group ahead of you in the middle of the fairway. So I do know enough about this that you'd be like, okay, you have to wait for those guys. Pick your ball up and suggest to your playing partner that they'll be okay to tee off. Is that good?
Yeah, it's a really
good one for that. Okay. Indicating that they're no threat. They're no threat, but you would be.
They can't hit it far enough. You go, Jack, you won't get to them. That kind of thing.
That's good. Good fun.
I like it. This one's from Heather Ham. She said it's a bit of a specific scenario, but that's fine. We like those.
We love them.
Shows if your husband, wife, or flatmate is doing some cooking or baking and have run out of a specific ingredient, and they've asked you to go and grab it for them. That happens late.
Does.
So go and don't buy the said ingredient, but go and buy the ready-made version of whatever they're cooking.
Really good. I'm not sure if we've had this one before. I would put this under classic. This is from Michael. I got a power move that beats all of them. Definitely an arsehole move. When you're at the beach and you're eating fish and chips and you're full and you maybe have a few chips left, as you get up to leave, sprinkle them around people sitting nearby, enjoying their day or having a romantic moment, so they are swarmed by a flock of seagulls.
I don't think we've had it.
It's
but
good.
I like it.
It's good.
Aaron sends this in. Ahoy, Aaron. Arsehole power move. When you see someone getting into an elevator, payoff is better if they're flustered and in a rush. Yell out, "Can you hold that elevator for me?" Mm-hmm. When they do, just walk past and ignore them and keep walking.
Thanks for holding it. I like this one. I mean, it would have worked in my family growing up. It's from Stephanie. It's one of those things that this always happened at my grandparents' place. So she goes, "Look, when my husband and I leave my parents' place, they always come outside and they wave goodbye from the front porch."
Yes.
My grandparents always did that to us as
my
well.
parents still do that to me.
Yep. So it's just like you're in the car, they begin the wave, and they don't stop the wave until you're out of view, right? So I think if you have one of these families, this is the time to do it. So the other night, we decided we'd sit in the driveway, keeping them standing there waving, and my husband and I just made small talk, and we stayed there. They kept waving, we kept talking. Eventually, they did decide to go inside, but we had a good giggle. Oh, great war of attrition.
Hey, they continue to come in thick and fast. You can still order the Power Moves book at Hamish&Andy.com, but let's jump into another segment today. I'll kick us off.
Power us up, Ando. What do you got?
Charles Williams, he writes, Power Move, best used in a sport like tennis or squash.
Yep, racket-based move?
Yeah, probably. After the warm-up, keep your tracksuit on for the entire game. When the opponent asks, "Why haven't you taken it off yet?" Go, "I will when I start getting a good sweat up."
Very hard for me to do.
Yeah.
Because sometimes just wearing the tracksuit, if I would ever do that, if I would ever be in a situation where I would wear a tracksuit over sports clothes, that will often be enough to get a good sweat up for me. Yeah. And I sometimes find myself taking off beforehand going, well, that did its job. There we go. Nice and warm. Good. This is a power move. It comes in from Tyler. Mm-hmm. This requires a small bit of following along. Okay. It's a school-based move, or really, I guess, anywhere up to the level that you would have someone calling the roll, which I think peters out. When does roll calls?
Well, we had
out?
tutors at university. We had.
Did they do the roll?
Roll. You and I didn't go very often. So
no, of course I remember that. Yes,
but yes, the tutors would do the roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think it really happens anywhere else. It doesn't happen at work situations, does it, Jake?
It feels very much like a primary school thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Anyway, so you're in one of those situations and a substitute comes in, so they don't know who's on the class list. Okay. So then you go to someone whose name appears after yours, right? So Lee, for example, would be after Blake. And I go, let's switch. So that we'll switch names for the day, Andy. So when they call out Hamish Blake, that's you, right? Yeah, great. Like you jump in.
Yeah, this will be hilarious.
And then I'll do you later on. Okay, so it comes in the role, Hamish Blake. This is for you. This is your power move.
Yeah.
I think it has to work this way. It goes down to Hamish Blake, then you yell out, he's not here today. Oh, you think me to go, yes, I am. Well, why didn't you answer your name?
I like it. This is from Keegan in Canada, Ham. I'm not sure whether you can pull this off. It seems very. A lot of things have to align, but I like when they go for a wild one, a Hail Mary power move. When your shoe is untied, flag down a bus. All right. When it pulls over and the doors open up, place your untied shoe on the first step, tie it up, and let them go again.
Slightly more possible if you're at a bus stop.
Yeah.
Like if you're at a bus stop and you pull over the bus just so you can tie up your shoe, that is a great power move. All right. Really good one. I've actually, small note to me, I'm probably getting a bit cocky with what I can drink during the show.
I noticed that.
I'm drinking a boba tea.
You nearly spat the boba tea all the way out.
Well, it's got their pearl, it's got the little dumpling balls in it, and it really okay. Power move. These are the great category of power moves, like we've had a few classic ones where, like in white collar work situations where someone, you come up to something. The one we've always loved is, oh, how's things going? All still pretty quiet on your end when you know someone has an important job. This is in the similar kind of like office work environment where you're asking somebody, what they're working on at the moment, and they're always going to answer with an important thing like, well, I'm actually doing, all the engineering for this new bridge. After, no matter what they say after they reply, simply say, sorry, this comes in from Alana, I should say, credit where credit's due. After they reply, simply say, well, someone has to do it, don't they?
I really like it.
That's a good one.
I almost want to go out because it's so strong, but I've got...
How's things? What are you doing? Well, I'm, we're actually we're doing stem cell research in mice at the moment. Pretty exciting. Could cure spinal cord injuries.
Oh,
someone's got to do it. Well, no, it's pretty big.
This came in from Georgie Kingham. Power move. Recently, my driving test, I advanced from my learners to get my P's. Before the engine is turned on and as the driver examiner stepped in and sat in the passenger side. Before I did my mirrors check, etc., I turned to them and said, do you need to go to the toilet before we go?
The unwritten rules, step 0.
Hey, they're still coming in thick and fast, and it's, our duty, I suppose, to give the listeners extra power as they make their way around their lives. Let's do it.
It's a responsibility we take very seriously, Ando, and we do thank everyone for continuing to send in what is now easily the world's biggest list of power moves. This comes in from Kale. Ahoy, Kale. He said, this is a cracker. My good friend recently moved into a new place and was excited to invite, quote, all the boys over to watch the footy.
Yep.
Although there were some concerns within the group over the size of his TV. Too small.
Okay.
You can easily see this scenario playing out. The enthusiasm isn't as many inches, or is more inches than the TV.
Yeah.
The TV is not as many diagonal inches. So my other mate took it upon himself to bring over his own 75-inch TV from his own place to watch the footy. He then walked straight in and proceeded to unplug the current TV and replace it with his own huge screen for the match.
Really like it. Don't know whether this is a power move or a life hack.
Oh, great.
So be careful with the sound effect, Jacko.
Just be careful.
Very careful. Tegan says just that. She goes, life hack or power move?
Who knows?
Whenever you give someone a gift card or voucher as a present, write down the card voucher number and the PIN code. Set a reminder in your calendar the day before it expires to check the balance. And if they haven't used it yet, just use it yourself.
That's both.
It's both.
It's both. That is so good.
Yeah.
There is something innately frustrating about vouchers.
Yep.
I like giving them because you're like, yep, it's
effortless.
slightly better than
you can
cash.
download them.
It's slightly better than cash because it shows some level. But you don't even have to try that hard. Just be like, all right, here's one for Bunnings. You've been there before. But it is something, right?
It shows, I reckon, the minimal amount of effort.
Minimal. Just above cash, which is no effort.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no effort is nothing. So it's 2 rungs above nothing.
Yeah.
But when you have a voucher at home, I just get frustrated imagining the smugness of the place.
Yeah.
Like we've got a restaurant voucher at home that I know we're not going to get around to using. It's not close. I just can feel we're not going to use it. And I can't help but picturing them laughing their heads off going, cash for free, cash for free. Look at us, cash for free. So I like a move that stops the leakage of vouchers.
You'll obviously laugh at this, but I have a vouchers box at home, so all our vouchers could go into a box. But again, you don't even remember to go, even with a specific thing. And the other part is people give you restaurant vouchers.
Yep.
And I'd always go, wow, we should go somewhere for dinner. Let's go to the vouchers box. They're booked out. Like it's
exactly.
You really have to. It's too much planning.
Sometimes you don't feel like that restaurant.
No.
I would prefer cash.
Hey.
Okay. Great one here, Ando. This is a work. This is usually a work move, can be used in family settings by Riley. This comes in from Riley. When on the phone to someone, potentially a client, decide to pass the call/phone to one of your colleagues to continue the conversation. For example, I'm just going to hand you over to Dave, right? As you pass the phone across, subtly put it on mute. Then walk away and watch them squirm as they try and figure out what's going on.
I like it. Brendan wrote this in, Hamish&Andy.com. Got a power move for you, Hamish/Andy. Out at a bar the other night, some completely random guys come up to me and said, hey, mate, can you film me dancing? And I just thought, yeah, of course, I'll have a little laugh. The funny thing was, I was assuming he'd hand me his phone. But would you believe it? He just starts dancing and pointing at me, indicating start filming me. So I had to take out my phone. He danced for 2 minutes.
Pretty good. This is a real simple one, real classic to finish. Comes in from Ollie. When a friend of yours posts an Instagram story, simply send them a reply of, hey, I think this was just meant for your private story. Leaving them to figure out what was offensive in the post.
They keep coming in. Hamish&Andy.com if you wanted to contact us for anything, including sending your power moves. Do you want me to kick it off? What do you want to do?
And I'll give you the serve, please.
Thank you. This one I had from a while back, and I apologize and got to it. It's from Dom. He lives in America. He's obviously a big UFC fan, and he saw a power move in a pre-bout between a guy called Izzy and a guy called Bobby Knuckles, we have quite
a lot about Bobby Knuckles before.
Yes. He said often at the start of UFC matches, they extend their fist for a fist pump.
They do, yep.
Yep. Rather than reciprocate the show of sportsmanship, Izzy did rock, paper, scissors and then put paper out and clamped over his seat.
Good. That's good.
It must have rattled Bobby's confidence because he went on to lose the fight.
The second bout he'd lost that night. So you start with a win. Starting with a win. God, that's a good move.
Good one.
This is from Luke. Look, this power move is best executed in the bathroom of a restaurant or bar. We very fine with specifics.
Yes.
When you see someone of the same sex who you think might be on a date, leave their table and go into the bathroom, right? So you're like, oh, there's a dude. He's going to the men's bathroom. Follow them in.
Okay.
Hang around in there, and before they leave to head back to their table, they will inevitably fix their hair or adjust their looks in the mirror.
Yes.
At this opportune moment, say, don't worry, mate. Just go out there and do your best. I'll be shocked at your knowledge of their situation.
I love it. This one in from Ash. Again at the pub move for him. You can get anyone with this one.
Great.
If it's your turn to buy a round of drinks, when you go back to the group and pass them out, start with, here you go, champ. Here you go, bro, etc. Until you get to the person you want to do the power move on. When you get to them, say, don't spill that one.
Nice. It's subtle. Here's one I didn't know you could do, Ando. This is from Stephen. So in Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger, you can customize your react emojis. Like someone sends you a message, you change the emojis.
Okay.
that's the emojis, so you do a long press and then, usually just like on, WhatsApp or whatever, direct message, they're the standard amount. They're the standard emojis, but you can customize them. He said, I like to replace mine with the gold, silver, and bronze medal emojis, and I use them to rate every single message, image, or meme that my friends send me. This sends them scrambling to up their message game after I give them a silver or a bronze.
Love it. Mitchell, what do you? Power move. When you're on a phone call and you're around your partner or friend or a family member and they're in the room, gesture for them to come to you. They will reluctantly follow your command and walk towards you thinking you need them. Once they're within close proximity, shoo them away. They won't get you on the phone. You've got a complete power.
I mean, you can only use it once, but you got to make your own fun. This comes in from Michael. Ahoy, Mike. Soccer-based goalkeeping power move.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Good. Well, I mean,
we're heading into our World Cup.
We are. Goalkeepers have done great power moves in the past. So it requires a brief pre-planning with the captain of your team. Okay, so this is if you are the goalkeeper, I assume. It's for when a penalty kick happens. So either like at the end of the game and any penalty during the game. When the opposition player steps up to take the penalty kick, say loudly to your captain, "Do you want me to save it?" The captain will then reply with, "No, don't bother, but make it look good." Right? Proceed to attempt to save. If it goes in, wink and nod to your captain like, "We meant that." But if you save it, shrug and say to the penalty taker, "Take it." Yeah, that happens a lot.
Hey, they keep coming in, so it's time for us to do this. So many good ones. Can we kick us off?
Oh, please do.
It's from Lars. He said, if you have a friend who has placed well in a competition, good example is if they ran a big marathon and came 49th. Right? So that's that's great. There's
huge.
thousands of people who do marathons. When they bring it up that they participated in the event, everyone will ask, where did you come?
Yep.
You should go, he came first. And then he has to say, no, I came 49th, which is still very good.
Still very good.
But you've definitely killed the joy.
You've repegged the expectation.
At least he came first.
Good Ando.
You can always follow it up with, still good though, or maybe next time.
Andrew Chalmers. When starting a new job as an entry-level employee with no supervisory responsibilities, bring a world's best boss mug to the office on your first day and place it in a prominent position on your desk.
Like it. From Aaron, power move for guitarists.
Oh, good.
When listening to a guitarist play, when they've finished playing a song, ask if you could borrow the guitar for a moment. Strum 2 notes and go, no, it wasn't the guitar.
Good. From Jordan, Ando. When someone asks you to take a photo for them, as you're preparing to take the photo, tell them to act natural. Wait a few seconds, then say, okay, or not.
I like both. Even the songs of an act natural.
All right, fine. Don't.
This is from Tim in the UK, Ham. He said his partner's granddad always does this, lives with their family. Mm-hmm. When they have guests around, at the end of any meal, he'll say, who would like pavlova? There is no pavlova. It's a great way to embarrass the host.
Who'd like pavlova? Me. Absolutely. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Anyway, what's on TV? Ando. Last one here from Lucas. Halfway through a phone call in which you have equal or higher status, e.g. someone is selling you something or speaking to a friend, Simply flush the toilet and continue the conversation as if nothing has happened. You don't even have to be using it. This gives the impression that you pooping is literally more important than anything they might have to say. Works extra well when the victim has to pause or repeat themselves during an important piece of dialogue they were using to impress you, as the toilet flush will have drowned them out. Had this pulled on me while I was telling a friend about my first time breaking 80 on the golf course on the weekend. They flushed at that moment, and I've never felt so rattled. He finishes with, keep up the good work, number 6. Got to start somewhere.
Hame, it's been a while since we've done this, so let's jump back into it. Power moves, our quest to search for the definitive list of things you can do to give yourself the upper hand in social situations. Do you want me to kick things off today?
Go for it, Ando. The power that you can harness with some of these is sometimes it's too much for a mere mortal to handle, but we're happy to provide them.
And when I think that we're out or we're running out, people keep coming in at Hamish&AndyCompilations.
We're always like, that could be it, and they just keep getting better.
This one coming from Howard. Power move. Arsehole category. We've discussed before that there are 2 categories.
They're legends and arseholes, but not too many legends.
No. If you see someone looking visibly angry or upset, ask them if it's because of their haircut.
Real nice. Real nice, Ando. Car-based. Got a few car-based ones today.
Great.
That I'm really enjoying. In fact, I'm going to go purely car-based, right?
This is great.
I'm going to do a subcategory today
great.
just because I've seen a lot of funny car ones coming across the board. I love this because I'm going to do it. This is from Naomi. She goes, when I'm waiting to get my car serviced at a cap price servicing place, right? So she's obviously got one in the area. It's like whatever it is, X amount of dollars per service. When I pull up, I shamelessly put my windscreen wipers on for about 5 minutes, spraying all the water out because I know they have to legally fill up my window washer container with their good water with the soap in it. I do love the 5-minute empty out.
As they wave you in, hold up a hair.
No. And it is, how good is that post-service where you have probably put special fluid in yours.
No, I'm with you.
As someone that, rarely I might have water in it. Usually it's dry.
Yes.
I go months with it dry. When you get the service
it's beautiful.
and they put the soap in, that's living.
This one is from Sue Douglas.
Hello, Sue.
Power move submission requires a little bit of pre-planning before you die. After my funeral, I'm going to have a friend use my phone to message everybody, thanks for coming.
Very good.
It's great.
This is from Emma. Driving power move, of course, another car one. If you're the driver and someone gets into the passenger seat, once they get in and sit down, make sure to lean over them, reopen their car door slightly, then reclose it, just to show them that you don't trust them to have closed the door properly.
I love that.
That's a good one.
It reminds me of my
That's
dad so much. Great one. This one is from Alicia. She said, power move. This power move involves toast, so it's normally best performed at breakfast time, particularly the morning after a sleepover. So I think she's had someone back.
Right. We're talking grown-up sleepover or?
Grown-up sleepover.
Yep.
Yep. Out and had a good time. In the morning, if they ask you to cook them some toast, cook the crust bits only. This implies that they aren't good enough for the normal pieces of bread and instead only worthy of the pieces that are normally chucked in the bin. They'll have to eat it or it'll appear rude.
Great way to burn a crust. Use a crust.
Particularly if you've got the actual bit of bread. Like if you cook some yourself and give the 2 crusts to the other person.
A superior move would be if you're in a multi-loafed house, right? Like you've got a few different breads going on if you're in a share house. You give them the crust out of the bread, but you're off a loaf that you're carving yourself. So you're eating like a well-carved loaf.
Yeah.
Okay, my final car power move of today.
Love this.
This comes in from Ethan. It's a specific scenario where you're picking someone up in your car from a main road or busy area, kind of situation where you pull over and the person sort of just dives into the car and you speed up and speed away. So usually it's like, yep, or, pick you up on the way through. The whole objective here is you don't want to clog up traffic too much. It's one of those pickups. So if you know you're heading into this situation, before you get there, reach over and slide your passenger seat as far forward as it will go. Due to the rushed nature of the drive-by pickup, they're unlikely to check the seat before jumping in. They'll immediately be confronted with their knees being up to their chin. You can then double down on the situation by yelling something to the effect of, "Come on, mate, you're holding up traffic," and force them to squish themselves into a tight space before adjusting the seat again.
Good theme. These ones still coming in real fast at Hamish&Andy.com, which we appreciate. So let's get in some power moves. You want to kick us off?
And this is one, first time we've ever had a redacted name or asking for anonymity. Because that's how powerful this power move is. It comes from someone who's involved in the court system. It's a legal power move, but it's a government power move, they refer to it as. They're a registrar in the courts. Okay, so please don't use my name or what court. But one of my tasks is to sit in the court with the magistrate and run the courtroom. So when the magistrate is talking excessively and it's time for lunch or the end of the day, I wait for a break in their talking. I then stand up and confidently tell the courtroom, "Silence, all stand, please." And as the entire room stands facing the magistrate is forced to stand and accept that the court is adjourned and leave the room. Small win for the staff.
I love that.
I do love it. We face a similar situation here doing the podcast where we're like, quite a way past 12:30. I wonder,
lunch?
Silence, all stand, please. Lunch.
From Nick McCormickham. Hi, fellas. An ice cream-based power move for you.
That's good.
He goes, we're Kiwis living in Melbourne. This is him and his partner. He goes, and my Australian auntie invited us to an ice cream in Belgrade, which is a 40-minute drive from home. She gave us the address of the place to meet her there. When we arrived, we're waiting for her for a few minutes on the corner, and then we called to see where she was, and she just said on the call, "I've been and gone, guys, but enjoy your ice cream."
We're all having an ice cream together today. We'll all be able to write in our diaries that today we had an ice cream, but how concurrently did you want it to happen? Really good one. Ando. This is high stakes, this one. And it's for a very select group. It comes from Chloe. She goes, as you're lying on your deathbed.
Wow.
So it doesn't get much bigger than this. Tell one of your loved ones that you have something very important to tell them about themselves, and then die. We'll leave them questioning what it was you were going to tell them, even though you had nothing to tell them. So, it doesn't get
timing,
much,
isn't it?
You'd have to, who knows what it will feel like as we take those last few breaths, but if you begin to get the sense like, yep, okay, I can feel it coming on here, there'll be a small bit of relief to go, oh, great, I can do the move. Because if you get the timing wrong, if I go, Andy, come here. That's something I've always wanted you need to know about yourself.
Yes. You're just closing
still
your eyes.
See you breathe. Still see the pulse in your neck. Sorry, I thought I was going.
Would you mind yanking that cord for me?
No, hang on. Actually, and here's the thing. God, I'm just not going, am I? Can't get this timing right.
Great. If you can pull it off, great. This one comes in.
No, geez, good luck. Good luck with your death.
This comes in from Guy. Power move. When someone tells you about something they've just purchased that they're very, very excited about, congratulate them and then say, you know what, I've seen a ton of them popping up on Gumtree lately. That's
really good. Don't mind this one. Gonna give it a crack. Comes in from Nathan. It can work anywhere, but he says best in a cafe. Ideally, a 2-person table. Extra points if it's a 4-person table. Makes it slightly harder if it's a 4-person square table. When you sit down at the table, don't bring your chair in. Pull the table for you. This will cause everyone else at the table to then shuffle themselves over a bit, like the little peasants they are. So really harsh language there, Nath. Great move.
I love it. Time for one more?
Yeah, let's go.
This is from Isaac. Power move. When someone's talking about a movie, and I stress, do this for any movie. When someone's talking about a movie that they've just watched that's really good to a group, say to them and the group, the book is a lot better. Doesn't matter what movie, just makes you look a lot more intelligent.
Always, even if there's no book.
Dude, where's my car? Oh, the book's a lot
Book's so good. You actually don't find that at the last page where the car is.
Hey, so many of these are coming in still, so we better jump into it. Should we kick us off?
Let's kick us off.
Rana from Singapore. She goes, this one was done on her. She went back to visit her uncle in Germany. She arrived and asked for the Wi-Fi password.
Of course.
He sent it to her in a screenshot. That's important. It was 93 characters long.
That's good.
Yeah, that is.
5 minutes of work.
5 minutes work. And also, once you hit, if you've got one character wrong and you hit the join and it
pressure.
doesn't, that's a lot of deleting to work out where it went wrong.
Would have been a great game for the Cube.
Exactly. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. As friends. Ando, this comes in from Jacob.
Yep.
He said, the quick power move from when someone tries to initiate a conversation by bringing up a book they've started reading, could also work for a TV show, in a group setting. When they tell you what they've just started reading, simply reply with, oh yeah, I gave that one a go. Didn't really do it for me. I can see why you like it though. Instant superiority.
I like it. From Tyson Miller. If you're having drinks with your mates, hide one of their drinks and then immediately propose a toast.
Love this.
This will leave them feeling left out and frantically looking for a drink.
Ando, slightly longer one, but I'm including it because it involves a world we know nothing about. LinkedIn. Have you ever got on LinkedIn?
No, I haven't. But I looked. I think maybe people, because we were looking for someone on LinkedIn the other day, and I thought, I'll see if I've got one. And you had one, and I had one. And
Really?
And I think
We might have ghost LinkedIners out there.
no, I think
Did we set it up?
no, I think Tim, who we used to work with,
Yeah.
set it up ages ago for us, just so
If we wanted it.
if people looked us up, it was linked. To
I've never been in there and I don't understand how it works, but I'm just including this because I know people are on it.
Yep.
And if you work in a world where that matters, do this. Theo joined a job. He's from New Zealand, joined a job with about 100 people working there. He's the marketing manager. He didn't want to add the CEO, which I guess is a thing. Like they get notified if you add them. He didn't want to add the CEO until he'd met the big dog, right? So he added pretty much everyone else in the company. And over the next few weeks, he was friends with everyone on LinkedIn except the CEO. The CEO must have caught wind of this because then guess what happened? In Theo's inbox, there's an invite from the CEO asking him to be friends,
I like that.
which I assume is a power move. Well, I guess so because Theo didn't have to grovel to him and ask the CEO to be friends. The CEO said, hey, everyone in the company knows this guy.
Yeah.
And he works for my company. I'll ask him. Anyway, that's why I flagged it. I said it's not a world we play and I don't immediately understand, the move.
Yep.
Doesn't involve hot chips or,
Yes, exactly.
hey, if you invite an enemy to dinner, feed them poison. Like that. That's a much more obvious one.
Final one, maybe then. This is from Will. There's a few spelling errors. So I think it's happened to him in that moment, and he's quickly got out his phone and he's just wanted to get it to us quick.
That's okay, yeah. So no grammar grump here.
No, but it says, power move, this just happened to me. And it feels there's
Oh
urgency.
my God, yeah. On the spot.
He said, I felt necessary to send it to you straight away. This is with some spelling errors. He goes, and then,
Can we get it? You're not happy. You're not happy with the spelling.
he said, a man and I just walked up to the elevator at the same time. He pressed the button for what I thought was going to be both of us, looked at me, and then took the stairs.
Wow.
He goes, I feel uncomfortable. I feel inferior. I don't know why. Analyze it for me. What do you think?
I need to know how many buttons are in the lift. If there's only a few, let's say it's like a doctor's office or something, which maybe sometimes only has like one or two levels. If you got in and you confidently knew where the other person was going, let's say it was level 3, I would back myself to hit 3, get out, maintain eye contact as the doors close, sprint to the stairs and beat the elevator.
The slow elevator. I think they're on the outside
waiting.
and he just pressed the up button.
Yeah,
so it
me
wasn't
too.
even, didn't.
Oh, right. He didn't send him on his way.
No,
I thought that
no.
was way more of a power move.
No,
Yeah, okay.
He just hit the up button.
That's what he's doing. He's hitting the up button.
and going, I'm fitter than you.
And he's gone, you know what?
And I don't want to be in a
Because
confined space with
I
you.
have those moments all the time when I go, elevators are great, and I understand we invented them for skyscraper reasons. Let's not forget about the pace of stairs. Let's not completely rule out the stairs.
Yeah. So do you think it's a fitness or
I
don't
think
want
he's done the maths. He's pressed the button and gone, my legs can do this. I'm
Okay.
actually only going to level 3.
Yeah.
I can beat this.
can give the person the impression though that I don't want to hang out with you even if it's
That's
for
not
15
bad.
seconds.
That's not bad. That's not bad.